problem we're having with this lawn tractor is with the blade deck in the blade stop position, it won't start. What we have to do, we can get it to go if we lift it up just a little bit farther and then set it back down, it'll start. So in this video we're going to have a look at the blade deck raise safety switch or interlock switch. And the first thing we're going to do is find it. What we have to do first is remove these two knobs. And then there are two screws holding this plate down. One in this corner and one over here. Okay, now this plate can be pulled back and lifted out. And there is a connection underneath here. Right. Which I believe is a ground connection right here. So you have to pull that out as well. Let's put that cover off. Let's look in here and find this this switch. And there you can see it right here. And the action on the when you lift the handle, you can see how it's engaged here by this lever.
Okay, there's a catch behind this switch that needs to be released. I've got a mirror in there to try to kind of show that. You have to get behind there with a screwdriver and separate it, and then you can lift the switch off that bracket.
So to get this out, what I've done is I've got a long thin screwdriver and it's going to the release, the catch release, behind the mounting bracket. Here's another view of it. I've kind of skewered it.
Just wanted to point out that I did move the gas tank. I unbolted it with 4 bolts so that I could get that view you just saw. You don't have to, though, to do that, to remove the switch.
So let's see now if we can lift the switch out. And we can. There. There it is. Now to get this, to unplug it, I would use a vice grips, because this is really in here. There. There's nothing else holding that switch in there but the contact with the wires. So there's our part. Let's have a little walk around. There you can see the part that holds it to that metal bracket in there. But you have to pull this back right here in order to get it to unlock it from the metal mounting bracket.
Okay, testing our switch. There's 2 sets of contacts here. These are the normally closed set, the set that's closest to the part that has 2 holes on, and this set's normally open. So let's check them out. Okay, so I've got our meter in the ohms mode. Let's see, and we're it's going to attach to the spades that are on here. I'm going to check the normally closed first. Let's activate the switch. Okay, right at this point right here, it opens. Okay, now let's hook up to the normally open set of contacts. And hooking up to the set of spades that are furthest away from this mounting bracket. Okay, and there it is in our meter. It's open. Here on the normally open set of contacts, this is the set we're taking an extra, maybe an extra millimeter. And we can do some other things. I put some side pressure on it just in case, just to check and see if it's not operating. And it's operating pretty much in all modes. Switch seems to be good.
So what we've done now is put a couple of spade connections on these two normally open connectors. And we're going to put our meter, I'll have our meter ready, put that on there, and see what's happening as it engages. Okay, so let's engage our switch in the bracket, hook our meter on and test it out. Okay, so let's lift up our lever. It's coming up and it's in the blade stop position, and we're not engaged. Here's our meter. It's still open. Now if I move this lever up just a little bit more, see, it'll engage. So there's wear here somewhere that's causing this. And that's what's keeping us from starting this. We always wind up having to diddle this a little bit and bring it back before it'll go. But see, now it stays on. And when I bring it up, engage it, it's not on. But once I do engage it, I can bring it back again and it'll still stay engaged. So it's right in the very the turnover zone here when the switch makes and breaks. So we've got to figure out a way to get that, either get that switch up a little bit higher or get the lever down a little bit lower. There it is. I got my camera way down in there. Let's get a little more light. It's just simply not engaging the switch all the way. So here's what we're going to be using. So what we're going to do is slip this little U-nut over that actuating lever and see if that'll give us a little extra. All we need is about 1 millimeter. So there's our U-nut in place. And you can see that it does protrude a little bit on the springy end of it. It comes down. And let's see what it does to our switch. See if it closes it. Yeah, it's closing it now. So that should work. Let's check it 3 or 4 times. And it worked. And it works. That should be the answer.
So I think we're engaging the switch just enough now to make it reliably close.
Okay, our modified switch is back in place.
Okay, let's put this plate back on quickly. Plug it in. Remember, you got to pull it back and then push it forward, tuck it under there. A couple of Phillips head screws. Turn those in nice and tight. And then there's just the knobs.
Thanks for watching this video. I don't have any doubt that this mower is going to run fine now. I'm not going to bother you with the noise from starting it. Besides, it is winter here and it's the off season for this fellow. But we thought we'd do this little quick repair. Hope it helps you. Thanks for watching.